Hello, and thank you for watching this weather update for Cotton Incorporated, brought to you by Agrible, the makers of Morning Farm Report. My name is Eric Snodgrass, and I'm a senior atmospheric scientist and co-founder of Agrible. In last week's video, we discussed how wet the Corn Belt was going to be, while sections of the Cotton Belt remained quite dry. Well, here is the last 7 days of accumulated precipitation leading into Wednesday, September 14th. With the progress of the crop mostly at the open boll stage, rainfall is very important to monitor. In the eastern part of the belt, rainfall was largely from widely scattered thunderstorms, so although it looks fairly wet, some fields missed out in southern Georgia, parts of North Carolina, and parts of South Carolina. Same story in the lower Mississippi River growing regions as well, where even less rain was received despite torrential rains farther south in Louisiana. Now, the panhandle of Texas, southern New Mexico, and Arizona are another story, as abundant moisture from the remnants of Tropical Cyclone Newton kept fields quite wet. And finally, no rain in the fields in California, but it's their dry season and none was expected anyway. However, California really needs its rainfall this winter as their epic multi-year drought continues. The latest drought monitor did show some improvement though, as we had forecasts for southern Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina, which are all now drought-free. While this is a great improvement, the region is dealing with a tropical system for the next few days that could produce some very high rainfall totals. As of late Wednesday night, this animation shows the wind field around Tropical Storm Julia, which formed early Wednesday morning. Now, Julia was a bit rare, as less than 2% of all tropical storms have ever formed while their center of circulation was over land. Why this is rare is because tropical systems thrive on the heat and moisture transfer from the very warm ocean surface, and therefore, they almost always form over open ocean. Well, Julia's strong onshore flow will be the cause for the potential for flooding across some fields along the southeast coastline. The National Hurricane Center has Julia's track meandering just off the South Carolina and Georgia coast for the next 5 days. So the real question is really about how far Julia's rain bands will penetrate into Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina over the next few days. The latest forecast model suggests that Julia's rainfall stays confined to coastal locations, which spares the inland cotton fields from the heavy rainfall events. This animation shows how the heaviest rainfall stays primarily offshore through Sunday. One of the primary reasons for this is the presence of an upper-level ridge sitting over the top of Julia in the southeastern part of the United States. This ridge has a clockwise flow that helps suppress the precipitation over the southeast. But that flow pattern keeps pumping moisture through Texas, where we are expecting more rain and storms through the next 7 days. The Panhandle is already well over 200% of normal rainfall for the last 2 weeks, too. While the southern states stay quite warm through the next 7 days, as this upper-level ridge really locks in that heat. This animation shows the temperature anomalies, which are differences from normal through the weekend. Just watch this for the overall pattern, and you will clearly see how the southeast stays quite warm in the short term. Well, when is a cool down coming? Well, we might have to wait until the last week of September before we see a significant change in the weather patterns. Now, interestingly enough, the large cool down that you see right here is taking shape right now in southeastern China, as once Super Typhoon Meranti, a powerful typhoon that just went south of Taiwan, gets absorbed into the mid-latitude flow of the jet stream, and about 15 days from now, when this map is valid, it produces a trough in the jet stream that causes a cool down for the end of the month. It is really amazing to see how connected our weather patterns are. Well, thank you for watching this weather update for Cotton Incorporated. As always, we at Agrible aim to provide the most timely and useful weather forecast information so as to help you plan your operations. Thank you.